In the game that is the cat and mouse of bad websites versus your computer, Quad9 has kind of stepped in to help create a better internet experience by filtering DNS. Now, Quad9's interesting. Now, DNS, if you don't know, when you go to a website, there's an IP address that's behind it, but we can't remember a whole series of digits and numbers, and that would create a lot of trouble trying to do that. So when you go to google.com, it resolves to an IP address, and it all happens behind the scenes. It's not magic, but there's a lot of complexities behind it. One of the best ways to block bad websites is when those bad websites come up, you don't resolve them and you don't send the data. And that's where Quad9 comes in. They are a collaboration with the Packet Clearinghouse, Global Cyber Alliance, and IBM. They have really simple instructions on how to set it up, but I'm not covering the setup instructions. Go to their website, Quad9.net, and you can do the setup. I'm here to talk about the speed and how that works. So, the way their system works is they are constantly looking for new websites that are bad. They have an entire team that's just working on this, along with the currently 18 plus threat intelligence providers. So as these threat intelligence companies find bad websites, they add them to the bad website list. And if you're curious if a website's on this list, you can simply go to here and type it in and make that determination. Status not blocked. And I'll check my website. Good news, I'm not blocked either. They have all the details and the facts to explain DNS in more detail. And they're not really filtering websites exactly. They're just filtering out the bad websites. So it's not like they're trying to make any type of determinations on other things like news or where you go on the web, just to make sure that the websites are not directly malicious. And this is how a lot of the viruses in that work. They got to contact out to the bad website to get their payload information, and that's a lot more of what these people are blocking. So you can read through all the details here, but we're going to jump into the benchmarks. So I've loaded up the most common DNS. First, I have my local network. Then I have Google. Then I have Quad9, and I have OpenDNS in here. So my local network is, of course, going to be the fastest, but my local network is a pfSense box with a cached DNS, so it's going to be fast. But these, just for reference, we're going to give you a comparison here. Google 8.8.8 or 8.8.4.4 DNS is pretty popular and really fast. And the other one is OpenDNS, which is actually, I believe, owned by Cisco. They're really popular, fast, and they offer some filtering service as well. So let's go ahead and run the benchmark here and take a look. All right, now it's actually still sorted here by speed. Let's go back to the tabular data so we can actually get the details here. So here are the average, and these are milliseconds. And you can say, well, milliseconds don't matter that much. Well, the way that works when you're going to a website is there's lots of lookups. It's not just the website you went to, it's all the feed websites and ads and everything in there. So all these milliseconds can add up to a slower experience. So of course the local server that we have here is the fastest. The next fastest server is the Google one. So Google's response time was really there. Your average response times are here for cache versus uncached versus the .com lookups. So reliability on all of them was 100%. Not bad. Then we have Quad9. Not substantially different than Google. So here we have an average of 0.061 and 0.048. Not bad. Obviously, Google did some of the best on the cached name, even better than the other ones, but look at how marginal that is, 0.1016 versus 0.017. And then we go down here a little further. The slowest among them was the OpenDNS, but I've used OpenDNS and I can't see that it created a slow experience. So we're actually quite a bit faster on some of the .com lookup with Quad9 and not very far off from Google, which of course is a lot of people's favorite. So I'm impressed with it. Like I said, I've been using it for actually a while. I just wanted to give you the benchmark numbers here, but we've been using the office. We've put it in for a lot of clients. Unfortunately, they don't give us statistics, so I don't have some calculatable statistic for exactly how many sites were blocked. I trust that they're blocking the sites, and because they're blocking so much behind the scenes, for example, like a site you go to may have another pull from a bad website, and if they blocked it, you're none the wiser. That part of the page just didn't load, and generally it's the part of the page you don't want to load because it's some type of tracking ad or it's some type of malicious software that's trying to get into that run in the back of that website. So my review of Quad9, I like it. I really can't say I've had any problems with it. A lot of people had asked me about it when it first came out, and I couldn't give you a conclusion until I set it there. So we set it for our servers at our office, so everything runs through Quad9. And it's caused no issues over the last roughly month or so that we've been using it. I can't think of any times go, man, this won't resolve, and we went ahead to try and go around it. We've actually locked it in to be the only DNS server so we could do a true test. And like I said, 30 days later, I have not had any issues with it. It seems to work really well. And then because we're caching it at the pfSense level, and that's what these results are here, when we jump back to tabular data, when you look at ours, it is absolutely like super fast there. But of course, it's caching all the lookups. And if you're running it in a business environment, that's generally what you're going to do, is not put it on each computer. You're going to put it on whatever the head end of the server is for DNS for your business network. But my conclusion is, I like it. It's great. I don't see any reason not to use it. Feel free. This is I'll leave a link. This is Steve Gibson's DNS benchmark test. It's really easy to use. This is a free utility if you want to test it yourself and determine whether or not you have a problem with speed. Because as I said, right now, I'm on Comcast in the greater Detroit area, and some people in different areas may find problems, but they have a lot of servers globally, so you are likely to have a fast connection. I think one or two people did mention it was a little bit slower, but you got to take the trade-off. Is it a little bit slower, annoying enough that the safety risk? So hopefully you like the content here, like and subscribe, and hopefully this was helpful, and stay safe out there. Keep the tinfoil hat on a little bit, because there's a lot of bad websites. Thanks.